you go to a meet like this, the zones, like every dive counts in both of them.
Yeah, every dive does pretty much count. They add the scores together, so even like your dives from prelims make a difference in finals. Although if you're just consistent all the way through it, it's a meet you can be proud of.
How do you stay consistent, and how do you stop maybe one weird old dive from getting to your head?
That is a trick that took me a long, long time to learn. Over time, working with my club coaches and then the coaches here, I've developed strategies to sort of get the old dive out of my head, refocus on the new one, relax, and try to be ready for it.
What's your strategy as far as like making the dive difficult from the get-go? Say, I'm going to do this dive because it's more difficult and maybe score more points. What's the strategy behind that?
It's a balance of picking difficult dives and dives that will get a very high raw score before the degree of difficulty is multiplied in. I've pretty much gone to my most consistent dives. A lot of them do have pretty high DD, around 3.0 or 3.1. There were a couple that were giving me trouble, new ones from this year, that have been temporarily swapped out for this meet because I'll get a higher score with a slightly easier dive.
Absolutely. WAC champion freshman year. This year didn't quite pan out. I know there's a great diver from Cal Baptist in there, but talk to me about your personal growth. How do you feel, going into this in your sophomore season?
I've improved a lot from last year. I've gotten some harder dives. I've cleaned up all of my older dives, so they're looking really sharp. There are a lot of other really good guys out there. It's a really tight field. I'm pretty pleased with my growth from last year. It's just a little bit every time, I suppose, every year.
So do you set a goal as far as, do you set, I want to score this many points in this zone meet? Do you say, I just want clean dives all the way through? What's your mindset?
I try not to focus on scores because the scoring of our sport is entirely subjective. So I try to focus on doing dives that I'll watch back and be proud of. Just really small details, like pointed toes, straight knees, everything that'll make it look pleasing to the eye. Regardless of score, if I do dives that look good in my mind and that my coaches will be proud of, then I'm pleased with it. Then it's a good meet.
It's been a few years since a diver has really excelled like you did. Even last year, we're going to take that championship and say that. What does it mean to you to be able to represent the Air Force?
It's a very big honor and a privilege. I know a lot of people don't get this opportunity, and I'm very grateful that the Academy has given me the chance to compete and represent them at these large-scale events. It's a pretty big deal in my mind.
Absolutely. Final question I have for you. Stan Curnow is going to be his final, this could be his final event. If he gets the NCAAs, it's the last two. How do you feel about him as coach and him leaving?
I'm sad to see him go. He's a really good coach, very personable. I'm hoping that some of the consistency from keeping our assistant coach around next year will help everyone stay comfortable, won't rock the boat too much and throw off training. I'm excited to find out who the next coach is going to be, finally get to meet and talk with him, but I'm sad to see him go.
Alex, thanks for the time. Good luck.
Thank you.